I'm a firm believer in applause, so let's start with a round of that. Okay, that was about a kind of 4 or 5 on the applause level. So let's try and get it up to 10. Really feel, you can whoop, cheer, stamp your feet. Let's go for a 10, let's go for it. That was wonderful, thank you. My name is Joshua Safair, and over the next 50 minutes or so, I would like to talk to you about embarrassment. The concise Oxford English Dictionary gives various separate definitions for the word embarrass, listed in a numbered sequence in order of comparative familiarity and importance, with the most current and important senses first. They are as follows. Embarrass. Cause a person to feel awkward, self-conscious, or ashamed. 2. As embarrassed, adjective, encumbered with debts. 3. Encumber, impede. 4. Complicate, a question, etc. 5. Perplex. Now, while acknowledging these different definitions of the word embarrassment, it's the first of these, to cause a person to feel awkward, self-conscious, or ashamed, that is the most familiar, important, and current, and that with which we are concerned here today. So perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to release some control, to aim at embarrassment through an interruption of my carefully rehearsed narrative, and to try and initiate a collapse of the lecture. That would be embarrassing. Now, I've decided to attempt this by trying to bring on a series of involuntary seizures through a fit of sneezing. I am going to snort a line of pepper. Now, this pepper is 15 years old. It's in the original sachets. I don't know whether pepper gets more peppery or less peppery with time, but let's double our chances here and have 2 sachets. I suppose I've gone for the powdery one rather than the ground one, but this one is, of course, a little bit more expensive. Even though I just took it from a cafe. I'm not quite sure how much to do with it. This is the unrehearsed bit. I think I better make, okay. So, of course, if I don't sneeze, that in itself could be embarrassing, which would be great. Let us return to Darwin's personal appearance. What about this one? It was taken much closer to the date when I first performed the lecture. There's something really horrible about this photograph. The stoop of the shoulder, pathetic little smile. He looks like someone you would want to punch. But of course, it's possible to take a bad photograph of anyone, and my rational self despite my vanity, persists in preventing me from finding such images embarrassing, albeit that I normally wouldn't want people to see them. But what about a photograph for which I had posed, in which I thought I looked good? Well, I suppose this studio shot, thank you, which I had taken at the age of 21 when I first went to live in London and thought that I wanted to become an actor, is now a little bit embarrassing. But it's not sending a hot flush to my cheeks. Hi. Sorry, I feel I cannot supply my email because of total embarrassment at this problem I have. I was wondering if any of you have heard of anyone having excess flatulence without feeling it. That is, I pass very small amounts of gas constantly, and they are so small that I can't really feel it. However, I know from my observations, I know it causes great discomfort to those around me. I've never consulted anyone about it because of embarrassment. This problem is really causing me a lot of distress. I am careful about what I eat, I have a bowel movement every day, and I try to avoid dairy foods. Also, I don't eat excessively. The only cause I can think of is stress. I'm dying for some feedback. Thanks very much for your help in advance. Now, I have with me here a whoopee cushion. I don't know if you have a tradition of those here in Finland. They are very common, or they were common, in England. And the idea, if you're unfamiliar with the principle, is that you inflate it, place it behind a cushion or something like that. Somebody sits down and a fart noise is emitted, and they are embarrassed as a result. Sorry. Now, I know what you're thinking, that this highly staged event, especially in this theatrical context, is hardly going to cause me embarrassment. But I want to assure you that it is precisely this theatrical environment that will lend the possibility for me to feel embarrassed. I've been working extremely hard to develop a kind of Stanislavskian technique to this fart, so that when I sit down and the fart noise is emitted, I will believe I've inappropriately farted in public and will consequently feel embarrassed. Well, I'm obviously not a very good actor because that wasn't even slightly embarrassing. But by far the most important sign of embarrassment is the blush. Our faces flushing red as the blood speaks in our cheeks and our body betrays our mind. Butterworth's medical dictionary defines the blush as an involuntary flow of colour to the face and neck, owing to temporary stoppage of the action of local vasomotor nerves, so that the capillaries become dilated with blood. And in anticipation of the failure of my project, I have preferred to create a pair of blushers. Now, while these won't really make me be embarrassed, they will remind us that embarrassment is only a slip away.